Thanks for being with us. Today, I'd like to talk about Santa Claus. You know, the ho-ho-ho guy in the red suit. You may not like it, but you can at least listen to what I've got to say, and then the rest is up to you. I don't like Santa Claus. No, I'm not anti-Christmas, but I am anti-Santa Claus. You see, I'm anti-anything that is anti-Christ. And Santa is as anti-Christ as most everything else in this world that tries to downplay Jesus Christ and to emphasize the delights of this world. Colossians 3:1 and 2 says, "If you then are risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sits on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth." Clearly, the Bible emphasizes our need to focus on the heavenly things of God and not on the delights offered by this world. But sometimes the hearts of Christians seem to be overloaded with the things of this world instead of the things of God. Of course, Satan, Satan, wants to encourage you toward the delights of this world in order that your heart might be deceived. Ecclesiastes 3:11 tells us that God has set the world in the hearts of the sons of men in order that they will not understand the mystery of God. However, if we are truly the sons of God, we're no longer the sons of men. And if we are sons of God, then we will not have the world set in our hearts, but Jesus will be the central focus in our hearts, and our lives will demonstrate Him and not continually be demonstrating the delights of this world. If your affection is set on things above instead of on things of the earth, then you won't be so covetous of earthly delights. Believe me, Satan, Satan, doesn't want you to crucify yourself with Christ. He wants you to keep that old man of the flesh alive and pamper it as much as possible. Therefore, He has given us lots of things that encourage us to the lusts of the flesh, the lusts of the eye, and to the, here comes that term that no Christian likes to hear, pride of life. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, and pride of life are generally not taught much in the church anymore. It's not really a very popular topic. When a preacher teaches about abstaining from the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life, he generally starts to see the congregation of his church start to dwindle down, not to mention the loss of weekly donations. But these three general categories of sin are central to the doctrine of Christ and to the concept of dying out to the old man of the flesh and being born again in the Spirit of God. But Christians are deceived on a regular basis into thinking that lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, and pride of life are a normal part of the world, and that God wants to bless His people in material things in order that they might focus their attention on their own wants and desires. Santa Claus is way toward the top of the list when it comes to useful weapons in Satan's arsenal. Santa Claus may not be the central focus of adults, like he is for children, but in a sense, if adults are crazy about giving gifts until their budget is destroyed every year, then, in a way, the adults are focusing on Santa Claus too. Now, what I'm saying might be offensive to many of you. Sorry, can't help it. When God gives me a message, I have to give it. I wish sometimes that I was less offensive because I really do have this great desire to be accepted by people. Alas, it just seems that God isn't interested in me being accepted by everyone as He is in getting out the message that will best glorify Him. And actually, we must remember that it is God that this world is created for, not us. We're just sojourners. We're just strangers who are supposed to be passing through. We weren't meant to settle in and heap up riches unto ourselves. We weren't meant to wallow in the delicate things of earth, but to come out from among them and be separate. And the last that I remember, separate is not the same thing as what the Joneses down the street are doing.